Please forgive me for not greeting you sooner, Miss Viola. I've heard that you wish to form a union with someone important once the divine wedding is over, Miss Viola. Could this be the one?
Yes, this is indeed the one I adore.
You are most merciful. Your esteemed presence tonight truly honors our humble shrine. But
Do you have any other questions, priest?
I wouldn't dream of it, Miss Viola. It's an immense honor for the Shrine of Union to have both of you here. I wouldn't have it any other way, and I certainly wouldn't dare to harbor any doubts. Meeting you both today, I can't help but admire you. The awareness you two show is truly commendable.
What are you getting at?
Is it possible you two have never given a thought to the barrier between you? Miss Viola, even with some progress in your spiritual journey, your lifespan only stretches to a few hundred years. This Mountain Lord, though, is quite something. A form woven from spiritual energy, divine magic at his fingertips, and an aura that is just beyond us. You can't help but feel he's on a completely different plane. Despite such a huge gulf between you, you've still decided to join forces. How can you not admire that?
Priest, do you really think status and how long someone lives stand in the way of love?
In my humble opinion, yes and no. I just have to ask, down the line when one of you is still in their prime and the other is getting on in years, the mere thought sends shivers down my spine and I can't even bear to think about it further. How do you two see that playing out? And what's your take on all this, esteemed one? When Miss Viola's beauty fades and age withers her form, will you still hold her with the same devotion? Your heart unwavering? These words heavy as a mountain, yet they flow from your lips with such ease. I suppose only someone of your caliber could manage that. However, I must be so bold as to ask one more question. Have you considered that Miss Viola's entire lifetime will be but a fleeting, insignificant moment in your long years of existence? Please, enlighten me with your thoughts, esteemed one. Your quick thinking really impressed me. Miss Viola, you've certainly found an exceptional partner in this one. I'm so sorry for prying earlier. It really wasn't my place. Please, head to the shrine and get some rest. I won't intrude on your present moment with Miss Viola any longer.
I'm fine, conductor. I was just thinking about the question he asked earlier. No, I never give it much thought because, for me, a future is way too much of a luxury. But seeing you again, happiness creeps in so fast, I completely forget about certain distant realities. I get that some things are better left unsaid, and bringing them up now probably won't do much good, but... Years from now, when one of us stays exactly the same while the other gets old and frail. Even then, conductor, will you still be set on sticking by my side? You really ought to think this through, conductor. A promise made in the Shrine of Union is set in stone.
Whoa! You actually did it!
Is it safe for you to show your true form right now?
Don't sweat it. This is where I first got my worship, so coming back here means I'm as safe as houses. And once we get our hands on that object, I can reclaim my spot as the Goddess of Union.
The sacred token is a bell? I figured it'd be something like a knotted cord or a handkerchief.
Heh, bet you didn't see that coming, did you? Because, you see...
Because this was my very first gift to Yunye, and the start of our union. You really shouldn't have latched on to Miss Viola's accessories. Not that it matters. I can always spot you, no matter what you're holding on to. And this person isn't Miss Viola either, right?
Why are you doing this?
Haven't you ever stopped to think why, Yunye? Of course you haven't. You always worry about everyone else, thinking of every little detail on their behalf. But when it comes to me, when it comes to yourself, it's like you don't give it a second thought.
I don't get what you mean. Is marrying the heavenly path really that big of a deal to you? If you wanted to cultivate spiritual power, you could have just told me. I could have taught you. You know divine blessings from worship can be shared with others too.
Never mind. You just wouldn't get it. What about you, esteemed one? Do you understand why I'm doing all this? Even you're giving me that answer? I figured you showing up here with your beloved partner meant you were on board. Looking back, your answer actually had the truth in it all along. I was just too dense to catch on.
Since you're so keen on helping Yun-Ye fix things, go on. Make your move. Even if it's a long shot, I still want to give it a try.
Show me what you two can do. By the decree of union, thou shalt take thy true form. Reveal!
They're all envoys shaped by the power of wishes and prayers. We need to destroy them completely. I'm not immune. Here's to the flying birds and drifting clouds. The overture is done. Time for the main movement. Offer this song. A bit of improvisation. Go, conductor. Let me handle the cutting.
What is this obsession that binds you? Why must you
Of all people, I didn't think you would be the one asking this.
Something a bit of magic. The overture is done. Time for the main movement. Offer this song. A bold, defiant balloon. The overture is done. Time for the main movement.
If you truly seek enlightenment, I shall rightfully pass my divine station to you when the time comes. And now,
If I stop now, it'll all be for nothing.
The overture is done. Time for the main movement. A bit of improvisation. To the stars, offer this song. Go, conductor. Let me handle the curtain call. The overture is done. Time for the main movement. A bold, defiant balloon. Something a bit of modulation. Here's to the flying birds and drifting clouds. The overture is done. Time for the main movement. It's over now.
I expected no less from you, esteemed one.
The breeze and stars are perfect tonight. I await your return.
still not enough. So be it. Whether you want to kill me or skin me alive, it's totally up to you. But I was the one who started everything. Please, spare Yunye and the devotees of the Shrine Union.
We don't understand what you're talking about.
You've pushed me to my breaking point, and you still want to make fun of me? With a body built on pure spiritual energy, powers tied directly to the divine, and such an extraordinary presence, if you're not the heavenly path itself, walking among us, then who else could you possibly be? I took your presence in this form as a tacit approval of my actions, which is why I was bold enough to make my request. Earlier, at the shrine entrance, I asked if gods and mortals could truly share a lasting bond. If that's even possible, then my despicable actions will not have been for nothing.
Rain, what are you getting at? I don't understand.
When you talked about how even celestial beings hold on to their original devotion, and you mentioned cherishing every moment, I thought you were telling me to savor these final moments before I step into the Goddess of Union shoes for the divine wedding. I never imagined that you were actually telling me that even though there's a huge gap between the heavenly path and the Goddess of Union, like the difference between gods and mortals, that they can still fall in love, and that I shouldn't interfere or judge their relationship.
Why are you two staring at me? What's going on?
So I'm just getting ahead of myself again.
Oh my gosh! Why are you talking so weird? What in the world is happening? Spill it. I'm absolutely on pins and needles here.
The priest didn't take over the divine position because he wanted to be worshipped. He did it because he was terrified Yunye would meet a horrible end if she married the Heavenly Path. No matter how hard the conductor and I try, even if we stop you, we can't undo the damage from the battle's aftermath. But what if we use a different stage? What if we use a completely isolated stage? Whatever happens there, no audience gets hurt. Because even a flower wants to shield the one it cherishes from wind and rain. Conductor has been through enough. A story that can end behind the scenes shouldn't be brought to light, since the ending is already set.
For decades, you've talked like a seasoned pro whenever marriage or destiny comes up. You're all about teaching caution, urging people to really think things over, to pick apart every last detail. But do you honestly understand yourself? Do you grasp the cost of tying the knot with the heavenly path? Have you even spared a thought for what your life would be like afterward?
Of course I have.
No, you haven't given it a moment's thought. If you had, you would have seen right through me.
I'm sorry. I just thought...
Since you're not the Heavenly Path's avatar in this world, please, gather your friend and Yunye and leave the shrine. If you can, please also round up the other spirits living here. With the divine wedding ceremony a failure, divine punishment will follow, and when it hits...
No! No divine punishment! I can do it. I can marry the Heavenly Path. Rain! Don't!
Honestly, seeing you like this truly makes me wonder if setting you free was such a good idea after all. If my plan goes south, the backup plan means you'd be sacrificed. So what difference does it make, whether I do it or not? Don't worry. I will face the divine punishment alone.
But is there really no other way?
What's done is done, and I have to live with the consequences. You all should leave now.
Mr. Rain, if you have any way to avoid the coming disaster, please just tell us outright.
Now of all times, you...
There is a way, and it's not hard, but it's too much to ask. I'm just too ashamed to bring it up. Please, you all should clear out now. If you linger much longer, you'll be too late. You're spot on, esteemed one. Right. I've got to clean up the mess I made with my own wishful thinking. Honestly, the method isn't complicated. Even if you're not a walker of the heavenly path, the sheer power of spiritual energy swirling inside you already blows any ordinary deity out of the water. If you're willing to swallow a bit of pride and tie the knot with Miss Selena here, I can sacrifice part of my lifespan and good fortune as extra offerings to get the ceremony done.
You must have already figured out that we're not who you think we are.
I beg to differ. No matter your name or identity, the power of spiritual energy that fills your very being is undeniable. That's the real deal. The true essence that only those with immense virtue and incredible deeds under their belt can reveal. Otherwise, I wouldn't have recognized it. If you're willing to help, not only do we dodge divine punishment, but Yunye will also be spared from marrying the heavenly path.
Well... Being a married couple isn't something you can just fake. Marriage is a huge deal. It's totally understandable for Miss Viola and the Mountain Lord to want marriage blessings since they're in love. But Selena and Conductor... Even though you're practically inseparable, you're still miles away from being an actual married couple. What's your deal with each other anyway?